Hello everybody, MisterEhm here, or just Chris, you know, whatever you would prefer to call me, and I am playing a Town of Salem Coven rank practice, and this is a post-commentary again. So I've already played the game, I already know what's happened, I already know blah blah blah, all that fun stuff, so I know everything already, but I'm going to try and do a play-by-play and talk about, without giving stuff away obviously, I'm going to try and do a play-by-play, tell you guys my thoughts, tell you guys what I was thinking, and just because it makes it easier to actually play the game and focus. I get a jailer here. I didn't actually know I had scrolls on when I was going into this, and I was like, whatever, that's all. I like jailer anyways. But it actually allows me to really focus on the games at hand. It allows me to think long and hard about my plays and not have to worry about conveying my thoughts at the same time. It makes it easy. Like, I know it's a bit of an excuse, but it makes it easy to play better, if that makes any sense. Now with that out of the way, I get jailer. I just pick a random person, set up my will here. And a couple people talk night one, and I ignore them because that's my golden rule. I never visit or do anything to do with people who talk night one. I just don't think it's a good idea. So I jailed this guy here. Just picked a random one, jailed him, set up my will, and I don't say anything yet. I just let it go. I let him talk, and I let him claim. I like to call this one the skim strat. So the 2% skim's the first guy who I saw do this. Or maybe it wasn't 2% skim. I don't know. I don't remember. I saw skim do the one where he's really demanding. He says roll right now. He tries to execute them, and then he unpresses the X or whatever you want to call it once they claim. And I saw someone else do this where they wait for the person to claim, because if they don't claim and they're active, like they're actually not AFK, they're usually evil. Or if they try and delay as much time as possible, they're usually evil. So I get a good fast claim from him there. So I'm like, okay, nothing wrong with that. Claims bodyguard. Next day, let's move on. It's two people. Joker was killed by Vet. And I'm like, okay, cool. Great. Vet alerting night one. Always a bad idea. And he visited Happy Town. Didn't mean to click that, by the way. So that pretty much confirms to me, okay, Happy Town's veteran confirmed. There's our town killing. Good. We lost the town investigative, but we do know who the veteran is. So I guess, it's not a good trade, but it's not awful. I mean, it's not a good trade at all, but at least we know who the bet is. At least we got a town killing out of the way. We lose another town invest. We lose both of our town investigative slots night one, and Coven doesn't kill here. And I would have been focusing more on that, but we get more interesting. Two sheriff claims, both claiming to find the Coven. We find Sharpay and Mafioso both claiming sheriff, both claiming they found Coven. So there is a neutral evil, so my thought is that one of these guys is Jester, and one of them is telling the truth. So I believe town tries to get claims from both the people that were accused. I write down the claims as well. And now I have to be really careful about who I jail here, because there's about 4 different people I could jail. So I believe town votes up one of the people that was accused by one of the sheriffs. And my thought process as jailer here is what I should be doing. Is if the first person that gets voted up is innocent, like we vote someone up that the sheriff accused, we guilty them. If they end up being innocent, I jail the person who accused him and I execute him, and then I get rid of the executioner jester, and the next day we lynch whoever the Coven member, or we lynch the other sheriff claims Coven member, or person they accused of being Coven. Which makes perfect sense in a flow chart, but it is kind of a little bit of a flow chart there to figure out who I need to jail, who we need to lynch tomorrow, and it all comes down to basically lynching this guy or the other person. So we vote up 15 instead of the other person, instead of Yi. Yi was the other person. We vote up 15, and we're like, it's okay, whatever. We'll guilty him. We'll find basically 2 evils as a result of this if he's innocent. So this is a really good trade, regardless of whether he's town or Coven. So he gets guiltied. I take note of the people who guiltied this as well. So take a look and pay attention to this. This is actually really important because I pull on this information later in the game. And also you can see my jailer things open because I'm trying to figure out if I need to instantly change who I'm jailing. Because I don't know so I found he's town, and then I go and I get the person who accused him, who is 99% sure the executioner or the jester. So I get him, and I just execute him because I'm 100% sure he's the executioner, and if he isn't the executioner, He's Coven. There's no reason that would have happened. And he claims Jester, so I'm just going to execute him. And what this tells us is now we get rid of the neutral evil. And then, on top of that, we know Sharpay's claim is most likely true. So we know that he is most likely Coven, and that Sharpay is most likely Random Town Investigative. So we've got a good amount of information here to start. We know the Town Killing. We've got both of our Town Investigatives gone. We've got our Town Protective gone, and we know a Random Town. I'm trying to keep track of that information in the will, and in my head a little bit. So our vet dies. And if you notice, Pure Luck said, I got my target, yay. Pure Luck said that yesterday, which is important. Happy Town goes down to Werewolf, which is ballsy from the Werewolf. Like, I wouldn't have done that. Good for you, I guess. So we know a lot of information, but we're down 4 townies already with not a single Coven member dead. So we're approaching losing majority really fast here. Like a little too fast. It's scary. Like we could have the game lost for us in a matter of 2 nights right now. Well, not exactly 2 nights, but there's wiggle room. Coven could miss a kill, Coven get 2 kills. You don't know. We're close to losing majority. So I call out Yi because I'm 99% sure Sharpay is actually Sheriff, because the other one with the other neutral evil was found. I believe Sharpay. I think he's evil. I'm trying to decide who to jail here. I originally picked Borat because I'm just trying to pick a random person or someone that hasn't talked to. I don't really have a reason, honestly. I'm just picking Borat, and I think I changed my decision here because I realized later that wasn't the strongest decision I could have made. I don't know if I wait till we vote up Yi. But yeah, Yi gets voted up. And he claims medium, and I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. So we're trying to get him up. Took a while. Took a while to get the votes up. But we did. We get him up. And I also got to keep in mind that bodyguard claim would have also been a random town because we have a Crusader dead. So the bodyguard claim I get would have to be random town, and that leaves only 1 random town slot, and that bodyguard claim is not confirmed whatsoever. The sheriff claim is kind of confirmed. And here I'm looking through the votes. I'm seeing I change. That was a smart thing there. I'm glad I did that. Don't worry about you. We know we're pretty sure he's Coven. Like, I'm 100% sure no matter what. I changed my jail to Batman because I wanted to jail someone who voted guilty on the Crusader. Because I looked at who voted guilty, and chances are the people who voted guilty were Coven. And then Batman here votes innocent. Borat votes guilty, Sharpay votes guilty. So they're looking good. They're looking very towny, but Batman votes innocent. And what do you know? Coven leader. So I'm like, well, Batman, you're looking pretty darn suspicious right now. So I jail Batman. And people were telling me to jail Pure Luck. Really quickly, let's before I talk about Pure Luck, I asked for Roll and Will, and I know he was active. He was talking in chat. So I know he's taking forever. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to execute him. I'm going to see if he claims. And I hear nothing. And based on the voting and the patterns of talking, I'm already fairly certain he's Coven. And he's not claiming here, so I'm just sticking with it. I'm executing him. I didn't get Pure Luck because we're pretty sure Pure Luck is the werewolf. Everyone's calling him out as one. He claimed Executioner early in the game, but this was a non-werewolf night, so I'd rather go for the chance at killing a Coven member than the werewolf, because we can very easily lynch the werewolf the next day and not be worried about losing anyone. We lose Sharpay to Medusa, and also we found out there's a Hex Master here. I didn't know that till now. So Sharpay must have tried to investigate the Medusa, dies. But we're pretty certain that Sharpay is sheriff. I 100% believe her. So we can assume that that's the random town investigative. We don't have to worry about her being stoned. And Batman dies to my execution, as we know. And then there's their will. And as soon as I see that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not shocked there. And I find out he was the potion master. So I'm like, great. I potentially reduced a kill. Like, I potentially saved a townie there. Got one. We're down to 2 Coven, a werewolf, and some townies. And then we talk about today how we know Pure Luck is 100% not the executioner, as he claimed neutral evil. And so I'm down for that. And I'm looking again at guilty votes. Who guilty the Crusader? Who guilty the Coven leader? Even better, because whoever voted the Coven leader is looking super towny right now. And those people who guiltied were, I believe, Borat and one other person, me, and I don't remember the other. I didn't see it there. But then so I decide to jail Princess, because Princess doesn't talk very much. Or I originally decided to jail Princess. I'm not sure if I changed that. I originally had Pure Luck in, and then I realized Pure Luck's getting voted up. What am I doing, you silly idiot? So I delete that. Pick someone else. And he leaves the game. So I'm like, hey guys, MisterEhm, let's potentially vote someone else up. Because we could potentially get another Coven today, if we're clever. So I call for rolls from 2 and number 8. And I go to jail. I don't remember who I jailed. Borat claimed escort. But no one's claimed roadblocks, so to me that was a little bit suspicious. I butcher that spelling so bad. Princess claims trapper. So you have a town support, a town protective. And there's no other town support claims, if I'm not mistaken. There's only the escort. But I have 3 town protective claims now. Or 2 town protective claims, 1 dead town protective. And James Bailey claims invest. I jail Princess here, and I don't have the intent to execute Princess. I just want to get the 100% roll claim. I want to look over her will, see if her will makes sense. And for the most part, her will does actually make sense, even though Trapper's a pretty easy claim to fake. I believe it, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to leave it. And also, one of the main reasons I'm jailing this more quiet person is because I want to see, does the Hexmaster kill tonight? If the Hexmaster kills tonight, I know that Princess is innocent. Not innocent, but Princess is either Medusa or Town. So I confirm that to myself. And then James Bailey and Pure Luck dead tonight, and I realize, okay, Princess is not the Hexmaster. Got that out of the way. Let's look at what else we have. James Bailey dies Hexmaster. And I'm glad they killed James Bailey, actually, when you look at this. This was his will. That's all he left. That's it. That's all he left. Had he done that, like, had he claimed that to me in jail, and I would have executed him. I would have lost my executes. Pure Luck died. We know Pure Luck was going to die. Claims executioner. Yeah, that wasn't very smart. It happens. So now down to 3 townies, 2 Coven. And so we've got a trapper claim, an escort claim, a bodyguard claim, and we don't know the other Camille's role. My name was Camille, and they named themselves Camille. Don't know why. And I'm asking everyone to say their roles again, just at this point, I just need a refresher. I need to hear everyone's roles. And I want to see Borat's will. And Borat's actually kind of suspicious to me, in a sense, because no one's claimed role blocked, so that kind of freaked me out a little there. And Camille claims tracker. And so at this point, I'm a little stuck on who to believe, because I don't really have any of these confirmed. I know, obviously, that at least 2 of these guys are lying, but I don't know who. Ask if anyone can remember the tracker. I should have asked if anyone could confirm the escort. I claimed jailer then because someone voted against me. So Princess gets voted up again here. But as you noticed, I didn't vote. So think about it for a second. The jailer didn't vote, and there's 2 Coven members, 3 Town, meaning both Coven members, or 1 Coven member at least, had to vote to get this person up. So at that point, I'm kind of thinking, wait a second. I think someone else points it out as well. Borat's screaming, which was the right call, and he says jailer didn't vote. And I think about this a second, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I didn't vote. 2 Coven members, 2 Town. 1, they needed all 3 Town to vote to get him up. So I realized that 1, Princess is not Coven, and that the last 2 Coven are most likely just 12 and 13. So we vote up 13, but at this point I wasn't sure. I don't think at this point in time I had realized that. I think I had realized that a Coven voted up, but I didn't really clue in, because I believe what I thought at this time, I thought Borat, Kamil, and Joseph, I don't know how to say them. Let's just say 8, 12, and 13. I was like, I know 2's not evil. 8's got the best claim. 12 and 13 have weak-ish claims. But at the same time, it could be any of the 3. And I know it's 2 of 3. I know it's any of them. So what I do here is I don't actually vote. I vote innocent. And I do that because I'm just going to jail one of these people. And honestly, in hindsight, I could have guilty this and been fine. I could have guilty this. But I look and I see the Borat votes guilty, the other one votes innocent. And that kind of says to me that Kamil's probably... I'm starting to believe Borat at this point, the more and more. He's got an escort will. It's the harder one to fake. I really do believe him. So I jail Kamil, and I think either I'm just going to execute her, or I could have also waited and just said, you know what? This is probably the Hexmaster. I can confirm to myself here. I can just leave her and see if anyone gets killed. This is the only killing role right now available. But I decide, you know what? Stop being silly, Chris. This is 100%. This has to be Coven here. And if I did by chance miss and get the Medusa, if someone kills, if the Hexmaster kills, I'm screwed. So I'm like, you know what? I made a mistake yesterday. I need to execute this person. So I execute, fairly certain they're Coven. And I see that, I know right away that was the Hexmaster. Boom. No one else is dead. And it's down to the 4 of us. And at this point, I'm 99% sure I've won, but I'm thinking through the facts. I'm seeing... It took me a while to realize who was the last one, even though I should have realized right away. But I was... You gotta remember, in the heat of the moment, it's a little more difficult. It's not quite as clear, because now I actually know who's evil and who's not. He calls out Box, and I'm asking for rolls and wills. I'm doing the math. I'm seeing, do these claims add up? Does everyone make sense here? And I see that Trapper is an easy claim. They're right. That's a really easy claim. And Bodyguard's an easy claim. Escort is not. I believe the Escort, the way he voted guilty on... Who is it? He voted guilty on the last guy. He's voted Town the whole game, so I'm like, okay, Borat's fine. And I know that Princess isn't evil, because of the voting patterns the other day when the Coven voted up. So I decided to jail him. Everyone vote. We get 1 vote against him. Get a second. And then the fact that 13's pushing on 2 right now kind of gives away. I'm like, okay, now we need to reach 13. But at this point, I'm still thinking that through. I'm still trying to make sure I'm 100% positive. That's why it took so long to vote. I'm making sure I'm 100% sure. Regardless, though, even if we do get this wrong. Let's say we guilty 13 and he is Town. I can still jail the last person. I still have another 50-50 shot. And even better than a 50-50, because I'm pretty sure that it's either Borat or Josiah. No, it's not 2. So I have another 50-50 shot. I jail one of them. The next day we lynch. It's easy peasy. But yeah, so he claims Medusa, or fuck, He in my head, I'm like, he has to be the Medusa. He claims bodyguard. And Trapper is an easier claim than Medusa, though. He has a good point, but at this point, I'm fairly certain. I've already made up my mind. We guilty, 3-0. And then we see, ta-da, that what actually was the Medusa, and we won the game. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.